Before the Beatles were famous, Astrid Kirchherr and Max Sheila came to Liverpool. They offered each Beat group member £1 to appear in a group photo. Everybody was there. The Black Knights, the Censures, Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, and so were we. Arrow and the Archers. After all, if the Beatles made it, then why couldn't we?
There were 4 lads from Liverpool who'd gone on to be famous, and we thought, if they can do it, so can we. And the best thing we thought we could do was to get down the cavern, hang around the band room, and try and convince them that we were that good they let us go on the stage. And in doing so, that's where we met Astrid. She was over shooting a piece for Stern magazine with Max Sheila. And we convinced her, I guess, that we'd been a group a lot longer than we had been. And I think we also convinced them we could. And she thought it'd be a great idea too, to get us on to the cavern, take some photographs and whatnot. So while she was talking Bob Wooler into letting us on, we were allowed in the band room, and that's where I managed to get my first set of drumsticks. Going out on stage wasn't as easy as we thought it was going to be. We were in the band room, and then it was our turn to go on. Then all of a sudden it was like going from elation to stark terror.
Hi there, all you cave dwellers. This is Bob Wooler saying welcome to the best of Sabbaths.
Bob's at the front.
Stage. And they're only about 13 years old, and they're going to mime for you.
The mic was live. Dave was singing into the mic, but basically it was Mick Jagger doing the work for us, or Paul or John, you know. They were doing all the work and we were getting the screams.
Here they come, Arrow and the Archers.
We asked her how many days we could spend, you know, doing the photographs and whatnot, and what would be going on. And she told us that she wouldn't be able to come back up until the following weekend almost, because in the week she was going to be on the movie set of A Hard Day's Night, photographing the Beatles. And we're looking at each other, is this real? You know, she's talking to us. You can imagine this, 1964. 4 kids from Liverpool here, you know, just working class kid. And this woman from this magazine is sort of chatting to us about, I won't be able to see you on Tuesday, but I will be back up Wednesday because I'm going to be with Ringo, George, John. Unbelievable, you know, never going to happen. Never going to meet them even, you know. And here's Astrid talking to us as though we were in on it. You know, you're in Stern magazine and so were the Beatles. Like, couldn't believe it. Unreal. She took us into Lewis's restaurant. And as we were walking in, the manageress or whatever it was came over and threw us out. We weren't up to the quality for John Lewis's restaurant. She said, you've obviously made a mistake. The cafeteria's self-serves down the way, you know. So then we sort of jumped to Astrid's defense. Hey, this is Astrid Kirchherr, you know, she's with, you know, Stern, she knew the Beatles. In the end, we sorted it out, and they were really good to us. We had a great meal. She'd said to us that she was going to try and get us over to the Star Club in Hamburg and do the same thing as she did at the Cavern. We cracked it. Yeah, that was it. Famous. Nothing else to be done. Just get on with it. Because of that day, we ended up in all of the daily papers, I guess, the nationals as well. And to go back into school, it was great, really. You know, a bit of a celebrity. You know, girls pointing, there they are, you know. But at 13, it sort of quake a little bit, especially if the girls were any older than you know. Once it started to take off, if you like, everybody wanted to be in the band, so then everybody had their agenda, you know. Les had some friends who wanted to be in, and Dave, and, you know, whatever. And in the end, it fell apart. It just fell apart. Yeah. Yeah, really fell apart, like, you know, throttled each other. Yeah. Nobody went into music, no. We just got on with our lives. I hit the bricks running at 15. I was supposed to go to Plessy's electronics, but I ended up going for, it was supposed to be 6 weeks in the summer to do some butchering. Well, Order Boy, you know, the bike, a friend's butcher's shop. And that lasted up until 1985. And then I went over to Canada. I never got out of it. I stayed in the meat game. It was a great idea at the time. We went with it. And just by sheer luck, really, I suppose, Astrid showed up that day. I don't know if Bob would have given in and let us have a go. Maybe he would have, but it was a very busy place. For kids to be knocking on the band room door saying, let me go on the stage and we can mime, a bit much really. But with Astrid's influence, it clicked, you know, we got on. But once Astrid went, and that was it. There was nobody else sort of to keep it going, really.
Then you had stars in your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Then this is reality.
I think, yeah, there you go, you know, just getting on with life, you know.